Before we begin, can we just be real for a second? If you are listening to this, chances are you are tired, maybe not physically, but spiritually or emotionally. You might be holding back tears, you might be smiling in public, but silently wondering why you feel so far from yourself. So, if you want to hear this, you are not weak, and no, this is not the end. Welcome to Purpose Unlocked. I am Adirugbe Busola, and today we are not just talking about being lost, we are talking about what lostness really means. So get comfortable because this might be the episode where something breaks open for you. So let me tell you something people don't always admit. You can be serving, you can be studying, you can be succeeding and feel like you don't recognize your own life. You can be showing up every day and still feel like you are nowhere near where you are meant to be because it makes you start questioning everything. Did I miss it? Am I wasting time? But I want to tell you to pause and consider something. What if the feeling of being lost is actually a sacred signal? What if it's God's way of saying, come back to me, there is more? We feel lost because we've been detached from the truth. We've been detached from the reason we were made. Let me share some of the real roots. You sometimes you wake up, scroll Instagram or look at people around you and immediately feel like you are failing, and I mean you, yes, you are still figuring how to stay consistent with prayers and not even cry every night. Can you hear me today? Their highlight reel is not your reality. So, and let's be honest with ourselves, some of us are carrying dreams that aren't even ours. Yes, you know it. The fact is, you know it, but you are still trying to figure it out. No problem. You are studying what they told you to study, and deep down, you are suffocating. You want to scream, I do not want this. This doesn't light me up. Maybe something broke you and it wasn't heartbreak, or maybe it was failure or betrayal, and ever since then your sense of direction has been blurry because pain unhealed becomes purpose unrevealed. You've been bleeding on the inside, pretending you are fine, but the wound still whispers you are not enough, you will never find your place. And sister, brother, I've come to tell you today that that's a lie from the pit of hell, and today we expose that. So, let me shift your perspective. What if feeling lost is an invitation to slow down, to peel back the noise, and finally sit with yourself and ask, who am I outside performance? Who do I truly want to be when no one is watching? These questions are things that actually resonate in my spirit, that sometimes I just ask. The thing is, you see people because that's what they put out to you and that is what they want people to see, and then you've in your mind and even in your soul you've been like, oh good lord, I'm feeling. But then come close to them and ask, and then they open up to you, and then you feel like, oh, I still even have I think I'm better. But that was by the way. I think we all are learning, and at a particular point in our lives, I think that just comes up, and that's just life generally. And but then we have to use the wisdom of the Lord to navigate this life. Don't navigate this life with your own senses. I tell you, it will fail. It will fail. Yes, I'm telling you, it will fail. Do not use your own senses. Just lean on Abba. There are times where I and Abba would just sit and have very long conversations, and people just put it up to me and be like, oh, I'm boring, I'm this. And in my mind I'm like, okay, when I'm done gisting with Abba, I don't know what I'm still looking for. But then I feel it's just a sense of misplaced priority, especially to teenagers. Teenagers out there want people to talk to them. I want to feel loved, I want to feel, I don't. And baby, you're gonna feel lost, like, but then there is just only one way, is with God. The thing is, this thing you've been hearing it a couple of times and I feel like, oh, when the right time comes, oh, when I'm 40, oh, when I'm 60, who told you that you won't be up to 60? That was a joke. But then we do not know what tomorrow holds, and we do not even know what the next hour holds, in fact. So just get something doing and find yourself back. What most people don't know is that when you don't know who you are, the world will keep trying to define you, but purpose starts when you say, enough. I do not want their version of success. I want what God wrote for me before I was even born. And yes, I've been there, waking up every day, showing up, but still feeling like a ghost in my own story. Like it was my own story and I was still feeling like a ghost. Everyone around me thought I was fine, but deep down, I knew I wasn't okay. But it took stillness, it took journaling, it took worship, it took crying on the floor, asking God, who am I? That's when I started finding pieces of my purpose. One thing about purpose is everything will not just, unfold at a particular point, but it's little by little. And you say, let me tell you, there are things God wants to tell you in public until you really sit with Him in those corners of yours to ask, to truly ask, because God won't say everything in public. Trust me, there are things you get by waiting on Him and just gazing on Him and know what to do. So before today ends, take out your journal and write down, what part of my life feels fake or forced right now? Where do I feel disconnected from who I truly am? Sit with it and let the truth rise from the silence. Before we go, hear this: you are not a mistake. I came to tell you, you are not a disappointment and you are not lost. The thing is, you are just becoming, and sometimes, trust me, becoming looks like breaking. It looks like isolation. It just looks somehow, but trust the process, because God is not done writing your story, He's just turning the pages. So thank you so much for listening, and lest I forget, kindly follow this podcast so you would get notified for every other videos and very inspiring ones. Yes, I hope you get. So if this episode spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Don't be stingy, send it to your friend. And one more thing is, journal your hearts out, pray, and sit in the stillness. Just sit in the stillness, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, take a breath. You are right on time. Bye. I love you all, and trust me, God loves you more.